This is the 7th grade lesson for the 27th of February 2017. So, the FSA writing test is tomorrow, so make sure you're getting a good night's sleep tonight, okay? And I kind of revealed the schedule for tomorrow, so I'm going to pull that up for you real quick. Okay, so that's what the schedule looks like for Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Okay, and then I think Thursday is straight 7 periods. Alright. And testing locations. Okay, 7th period teacher should have given you that tomorrow morning. There's going to be plenty of people around with clipboards. I'll tell you exactly where we need to go. Okay, and the monthly reading assignment is due tomorrow night at midnight. Today in class I handed back your third FPMA, so your third practice essay. Okay, I had scores, I had comments, I had all sorts of stuff. Okay, and the comments were in 3 sections: things that you did well, things that you need to work on, and 3 numbers, which I'll get to in a moment. Alright, these are all things that needed to be worked on. Okay, lazy spelling. So if it was spelled in the prompt or if it was spelled in the articles, it should have been spelled correctly in your actual essay. Okay, take the time to actually make sure those are spelled correctly. If you're not sure, double check. Okay, opinionated writing and forbidden words, don't use them regardless of what the prompt says. If the prompt says it's for your school newspaper, letter to your parents, doesn't matter. You still have to make sure that you are staying formal. Okay, grammar and punctuation, always going to be something that needs to be worked on. Okay, lack of a strong controlling idea. Alright, your strong controlling idea needs to cover everything that is in the passage set. Some of yours didn't. Loose or no ties to the prompt. Sometimes you didn't stay to the prompt. Sometimes you went all sorts of places. Okay, evidence not cited. You need your paragraph number. If you don't have it, well, then it's not going to bode very well for you. Okay, that's going to drop your score. Not all sources used. Regardless of how unusual a source might seem, you have to use all 3. And all of them do fit together in some way. It's your task to figure out how they all fit together. Okay? Transitions, make sure that you are using them. Make sure that you are using Peel. Okay? You need a point sentence before your evidence, and after your evidence you need to elaborate. And last but not least, do not ask any questions in your essay. Okay? Now, this is the rubric that you're being graded on. I'll let you pause the screen to kind of take a look, but mostly this is where your score is going to come from. Okay? That's where the 3 numbers came from. Primarily, the issues that I had with students as far as their scores were their claim wasn't consistent enough. If you don't have a counterclaim, remember that goes at the very end of your last body paragraph or its own separate mini paragraph if it's an argumentative essay. If that's not there, you cannot score higher than a 2, and this is out of 4 points. Okay? Make sure you're using transitions. Make sure you have a logical progression of ideas so it makes sense. Your essay should make sense when reading it. Okay? Evidence and elaboration is the next category, also out of 4 points. Okay? You need evidence that is relevant, and you decide it correctly. You need to elaborate on it, so that kind of demonstrates how you understand the text. Okay? Clear and effective expression of ideas using precise language, so make sure that what you're saying is very clear and understandable. And it says academic and domain-specific vocabulary, clearly appropriate for audience and purpose. If you're reading an article about technology, there's going to be technology terminology that they're using. Use those words in your essay. If you're talking about science, use those words in your essay. If you're talking about medicine, dancing, mathematics, anything. Whatever terms that they're using, those are terms you want to try to target and use in your essay. Okay? If you didn't cite all of your sources or you cited them without having the paragraph number, that dropped you down 2 points. Okay? And conventions of standard English is just out of 2. Okay? Minor errors in like spelling, grammar, punctuation, stuff like that. So that's basically caught yes. Okay? Alright. And you've heard of Peel, Tap, Cub, and all those other things. Here's a new acronym for you. Okay? When you're finished writing, go back and be sure you wrote a great essay. So great is the next acronym I want you to remember for reviewing. Okay? Review your grammar and punctuation. Review your prompt, claim, controlling idea. Make sure they all match. Evidence is all cited. Okay? Cited correctly with the source and the paragraph number. All sources are used. And transitions are applied. That's going to help you out immensely. One other thing that will help you out immensely is this question here. So what? Okay? Most of the problems I notice could be solved by answering this question. All right? So you have your claim. Wonderful. Point sentence. So what? Why is it important that that claim or that point sentence goes with your claim or controlling idea? Why are you explaining this to me? Word it well, and you'll answer that question. You have your evidence for that point sentence, right? So what? Why is it important? Why are you mentioning it? Why this piece of evidence? That's what your elaboration answers. Okay, it all ties together. And then our final thoughts for today, I wanted you to list what you wanted to work on for the essay tomorrow. Okay, because I had a list again of things that you needed to work on. So as long as you're focusing on the great aspect of it, and I would memorize that tonight, you'll be just fine. Okay? But don't get overwhelmed by, oh, I didn't do this, didn't do that. Okay? Try to focus on what you've done well, and then focus on one or two things to improve on. Okay? And then think about what you've improved on in the last week. The last week, we've done a lot of writing. Okay? You've done a lot of improving. So consider that. Okay? So tomorrow is the FSA Writes. Best of luck. Get a good night's sleep. And that concludes the lesson of the day.